What's chillin' dudes? Welcome back to another What's Chilling, the channel update dedicated to you guys. It's been an incredibly busy week for the channel. 2 series ending, Modsauce resuming, and most of all, the beginning of Skyblock Season 3. Alright, let's get started with the episode. Our Infernal Sky II series has ended. We finished the series on 10 episodes, collecting all of the walls and material blocks with only one death. We've reached level 100 in Payday 2. The final episode features Majic, and we become truly infamous after 26 episodes. Most notably this week, Skyblock Season 3 begins. This season, there's no limited time spent per episode, and there's an hour timer on the right of the screen. Hopefully this season should be good. I am actually really pumped for this season. I mean, Skyblock's been a really big integral part of our channel, so I'm actually quite glad to bring it back, honestly. Modsauce returns to the channel in good fashion. The series had been delayed because of exams, but now that Infernal Sky 2 and Payday 2 have ended, Modsauce will continue from episode 11. Finally, Kiwi Makes Custom Maps episode 22 came out yesterday. In this special episode, we reveal Magic to Majic in a small meets big episode. Now let's see what's happened with the community in the last week. Sparks and Crazyman have now opened a Patreon page for the YouTube channel. This is a huge step for the Accidental Games channel, starting to have monetary support for their video efforts. Go check out their video, it's well worth knowing about the Patreon page. Kyle and Raps have begun a new SMP series on their new co-jointly run server, Astral. The server is nation themed. YouTubers on the server are grouped into small groups where they own a few biomes for their nation. Red Knobster releases a video on how to make a realistic shower in Minecraft, utilising a clever trick with boats. Very nifty and it looks great. Sparks releases a behind the scenes tour of his Redstone involvement of the recently well received adventure map, Tateworlds. Kyle does a first impressions video on World 2 of Super Rude Bear Resurrection, the latest world released for the upcoming platform indie game. Justin does his final video for the first season of his whitelisted survival server CaseCraft. For the second season of CaseCraft, Justin has opened applications for eager YouTubers. Let's move on to our special guest now. This week I'm pleased to have Draax on. Alright everyone, so we've got Draax as our guest appearance. How are you doing, Draax?
I am fantastic, Torbray. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good. It's actually really warm here in New Zealand.
Oh man, it's freezing here.
Oh dear. I see blue skies out my window and beautiful seas.
It is about 6 degrees Celsius for us here in Nashville, Tennessee.
For you YouTube audience, Draax is a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer occasionally. You can find him at DraaxLP on YouTube and Twitch. Draax is a Let's Player specialising in vanilla and modern Minecraft, although he does do some series like Spore or Space Engineers. He's part of the Hypermind community, a bunch of talented, friendly individuals who produce quality content. And Draax himself is actually an inspiration of mine for caring about the community members around him. He's a really friendly presence, and he's really sincere in his videos, which really inspires myself to make sincere videos myself.
Well, thank you.
Alright, are you ready for your questions?
I'm ready.
Alright, so question number 1 is, if there was anything you wish you knew before starting Let's Playing, what would it be?
Really, I think it would probably be hardware related. You know, just knowing that I would have to have a good mic and everything. And I kind of knew that at the beginning, but what really was the big hitter was the how much it would take on my computer. Like, it was really rough to render videos on my old computer and stuff. And as far as growth and stuff like that, I knew it was going to be slow and everything, so that wasn't really a shocker to me. But yeah, the beastly of a computer that you would need to do this successfully was probably the biggest shocker to me.
I mean, that shouldn't ever stop you from Let's Playing, but eventually you will need some good quality visuals. Like, I started out on a Windows XP, and I tried Let's Playing maybe a year beforehand, except I couldn't because my Windows XP was terrible. I had to dedicate everything to a Windows XP.
Whew.
What did you start out on?
I started out on Vista, but it was a very poor machine. Like, the machine at the time when I started was already 5 years old, so it was,
damn,
it was rough. It was an XP machine. Then I put Vista on it, and it was dying when I started. And when I started to render in the beginning of my live streams and stuff, it died. It there was numerous parts that overheated and melted. And
I started on, like, the Windows XP was 7 years old, and it died because I forgot. I didn't know anything. I still don't know anything about computers, but it filled up with dust and died.
yeah, mine actually died during a live stream that I was doing with Affinity 2 years ago.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, that would have been a live stream highlight.
Yeah.
Alright, so question number 2, Draax, is are you an indoors or outdoors person?
Oh gosh, it really depends on the time of year, because if it's real hot, I don't like to be outside. I'm kind of a little bit of a heftier fellow, and so, I don't like to get hot and sweaty all the time. But during like fall and winter and spring, when it's a cool like 70 degrees, 60 degrees, I love being outside and would prefer it. And as far as like cold is concerned, if it snows, I love it. If it's not going to snow and it's just windy and just kind of harsh, I don't care for it. But I do like to be outside. I like to go four-wheeling. I like to go camping. All kinds of stuff like that usually. So
I've never really had a fascination with snow. It's damn cold. Always, like whenever I go skiing, I try to pick some up with a bare hand. Bloody hell, it's freezing.
See, I've never gone skiing. I've never seen a large amount of snow.
Oh, I've heard of like parts in America who's already got like feet deep snow.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I'm more south, so we don't get hardly any. We had a dusting the other day, but it was gone before 10 o'clock in the afternoon. So.
Oh, dusting's alright. Dusting's beautiful. Anything past that is damn cold. Like the wind gets all cold, the air is freezing. Inside, when you can take off like a shirt in summer, you just have to wrap on like 3 layers.
But see, that's my thing, is in the summer, you cannot always cool down. You can take off all your clothes, you're still going to be hot. But in the winter, you can still warm up, you wrap yourself up, sit by a fire, all that stuff. But you can't always cool down.
I think spring's always going to be the best time though. Best temperature
Yeah.
to go outside in. Question number 3. Do you have any musical talents, e.g. singing or instruments?
No, none whatsoever. I was actually told by my music teacher in the 3rd grade that the only musical talent I had was to turn on a radio. So
Damn.
I have very little. I tried to learn the guitar. I've tried to learn the piano. I've tried to just mess with like GarageBand on my iPhone, and everything that I do musically just turns out pretty horribly.
I've heard something about Let's Plays that because they Let's Play, their voice becomes a lot stronger and therefore they become a lot better singers than people who don't Let's Play. So have you tried singing recently?
I have not. I could see where that's a thing though, because I noticed that if I take some time off from Let's Playing, when I come back and I sit down and I try to talk in front of the microphone for a little while, I'm much more winded. So like now that I've been doing it every single day, I can talk for longer and longer. So I assume that just helps with your lungs, being able to sing and project more. Now, I don't have musical talents, but I have acted quite a bit. So I'm kind of used to the whole projecting your voice and everything. So
It's very important in terms of public speaking and drama performances. I found that Let's Playing has really helped me out in public speaking and just even social interactions. A lot easier to talk and go on and on and on.
Oh, definitely. I've always been a very loud in public person. I'll talk to just about anybody, but for me, talking to myself was really kind of weird. And so, I could talk to other people just fine, but, carrying on a conversation by yourself is a little harder. But, yeah, it definitely, helps with your windedness and drama performances. I could see where it would just be phenomenal.
Alright, thank you Draax for coming on for the guest appearance.
Thank you for inviting me.
And let's guys move on to question time. No questions this episode. If you have any though, you can leave a question down below with #QT and I'll be sure to answer your query. That's it for this episode of What's Chilling. Now that the episode's over, I'm back to quality video content for you guys. If you have any questions you'd like to ask me, regardless of silliness or not, feel free to leave a comment down below with #QT and I'll be sure to answer your question personally on the next episode of What's Chilling. Cheers for watching guys, and I'll catch you guys next time.